Tastes like healthy cum this time. Welcome back to Talking About That Taboo with Natalie Malloy. Super excited to be here as per usual. Again, I am trying to stay consistent. A lot of my fans have said that they're super proud of me because they know me, outside of this podcast. And I am really passionate about this, and they can hear it in my voice. They could see it in my videos, and they could see it in the consistency in their words of affirmation, like really make me to keep going. My fans are the number one thing that helps me keep going because there's people every single week, listening to my podcast, and it makes me feel good. Like I'm actually helping people. I'm actually making a difference, and that is what I'm here for. So, shout out to all my fans who listen to me weekly, who re-listen to episodes, who ask me questions. I love it. And just the other day, like yesterday, my friend Bella, who is a childhood friend, I just saw her and she's like, "Oh my god, you're famous now. I love it." I'm like, I don't even consider myself to be famous. I have a good amount of viewers on majority of platforms, but I want to be bigger. I want to be better. And I think that's so important that I keep striving. I keep doing everything that I can to keep consistency. That's consistency. But anyways, today's episode is something that I had been requested from one of my fans actually, and it is on masturbation. I love this topic. And I think that a lot goes into this topic more than we give the attention to that we actually need to give it to. There is certain avenues that, we go down, and we have certain, opinions about masturbation, and some of us are like, "Nah, I don't do that. Nah, I don't want to try it," or "Oh my god, I fucking love it." And I wish everybody had the opportunity to be like, "Oh my god, I fucking love it." So that's what I'm here for. I'm here to make you understand, certain things that masturbation does for you that you may be completely tunnel visioned out of, because society, or your own confidence in your body. And I'm talking both male and female masturbation here. Some of my episodes, I feel like I'm really focusing on the female orient of it. And I want to really focus on male. Like I know a good amount, about male anatomy as well. Obviously as a female, I have more, leverage on that side of things because I'm a female, but I know about males too. And I want to hear from men's point of view as well. So, if you have anything that you want to know about or have questions about, please comment down below. I have multiple platforms at which, I can answer your questions. And soon I will have a lot of business pages. I'm getting started on that. I really want to have a hotline, but that's when I'm actually famous. But I took a lot of notes for today. There's a lot that we have to cover. And so you're going to see me looking down, and it's because I got to make sure I stay on topic because I tend not to. I tend to really veer off. And before I know it, the episode's at 45 minutes and I still have 2 topics to go. Again, I like to keep these episodes short, simple, to the point because I know attention span is a real big thing. Huge thing. Okay. So I'm trying my best. But in today's episode, it is about masturbation. And one, we're going to talk about the health benefits of self-pleasure, meaning like understanding your body. Then we're going to talk about, trying masturbation. Have you done this before? Have you not? Like, what can I do? Is there a certain, first step I can take? 3, we're going to talk about sex toys, good for men, good for women. These are, some of my own ideas, like, yeah, I like this, or something that I've read up on when I do my own research on sex toys for myself. And then 4, we're going to talk about masturbation with your partner. That's right. And I'm actually really excited about that because that is a thing that people look over because they think that masturbation is meant to be, for yourself. And it's not. It's so much more than that. It's so exciting. I love masturbation. And it's so funny to say that Because several years ago, I probably was in one of your shoes and I said, I don't masturbate. I don't do this. I don't do that. But before we get too into the nitty gritty, I have a sex toy of the week. I do. I know you're waiting for it. I have a couple of things actually that I want to um like cover when it comes to sex toys. First, I'll actually do the sex toy of the week, and this is really um this is really topically inclined. Like basically, what am I trying to say here? This toy specifically is for women or males, and it is the ribbed dildo. It's about 5 inches, okay? And the ribbed for a while really scared me, okay? See ridges, okay? Why do I say this is for both male and female? I say this because prostate massages are a thing, and the ridged will really stimulate your prostate. For females, this I'm going it's difficult, okay? For me to it feels good, but it also doesn't. If you're going slow, it doesn't feel good, in my opinion. If you're going fast, it does because you're not thinking about it. But you really need to have a healthy vagina, like no yeast infections or anything like that. Otherwise, it's going to irritate your vagina. So lots of lube with this one. But I like it because it's not too big. I know, guys. You're really, oh my god, you really don't know. Okay, this is not a dildo. It's a dildo, but it's not meant to represent a real penis. This type of pleasure, this is supposed to like the ridge is supposed to feel good. It's supposed to, if you're using it in your anus, it's supposed to feel good. And in the ridged anus, your asshole already has, ridges in them in your vaginal walls, okay? You're gonna feel that ridge. But I'm giving this like a 7 out of like not even like maybe a 6 out of 10 just for my own pleasure. This doesn't make me feel the greatest, but for shower sex, this is great. Hooks, sticks right on. I've used it on someone else and they loved it. So again, everything, like skincare, everything with sex toys is trial and error. You might feel like you wasted money, but don't think like that. Think like this is me like actually investing in myself. And it's like a stock too for those men out there who are thinking outside of it. You know what I'm saying? You give the money in the stock. Sometimes it pays out, sometimes it doesn't. But I have a whole bin of sex toys because I'm trying new things. You got to always continue to just try new things. That's what it is. Trial and error. My other thing is not a toy, but is how you guys know how I am about safety. Okay? Sex safety. Um you need to be safe. And there's multiple types of way to do that. Whether you obviously go get tested. There's blood work and pee tests and stuff like that. But there's also different types of birth control, the pill, the shot, IUD, the patch. For men, you can get a little surgery. I'm just kidding. You don't need to do that. But there's condoms, there's latex condoms, there's magnums, there's Trojans, but there's also skin condoms, which if you're allergic to latex, it's goat skin essentially. In the literal brand, it's called Skin. But I want to talk about a certain type of protection that is overlooked, and that is a female condom. I took it out of the bag for you. Now it is pre-lubricated, so it's a little sticky. SC2 is the brand that, I never I cannot use these, I will say, because of my vaginal flora, just how my anatomy is. But these are possible. Um but you know what worries me? Getting lost. So do your reviews, talk to your gynecologist. Again, I'm not a doctor. These are recommendations, okay? So essentially, it's kind of like a Uva cup, which I'll be talking about in another episode. But there's directions on the back. So you're going to take it out of the plastic. Just going to do it over here. And look how big this is. Okay, this is fairly large, but it's not open-ended. So you take this end and you're going to squeeze it like a Uva cup, okay? And that inserts into your vagina, and this is at the opening of your vagina. It goes in. So you're going to squeeze it, insert, and push it up. and the cum will end up in here. I worry with rough sex. Sorry, it's full of lube. With rough sex, I really do worry it's gonna get lost up in there. I freak out about that type of stuff. So if you're freaking out, I get it. I really do fucking get it. But these are prevent, HIV, pregnancy, stuff like that. So if you want to be extra cautious, use that. But I really wanted to emphasize that there's multiple types of forms. And so if a guy's like, oh, I don't use condoms. Oh, well, I do. Here you go. And they're like, oh, don't let them talk you out of using a condom, especially if it's a random hookup. You have no idea where they've been, female or male. Okay. So also, before we get into the nitty gritties, I have stickers. Stickers are released. I love them. These will now, when you order my merch, you will get a complimentary sticker, which you can also just buy the stickers as is. It'll come as a bundle. You'll get, this one. That's just like the vagina one. And then you'll get, I can't even like the camera. Okay. The vagina one. And then you'll get just like the regular, my podcast cover. And when you can put these on like I put it on my server book. And it's a way to promote my podcast. So whenever you do, share this out or something like that, you guys really help me. It gets to more people who are in the sex positive mind as I am in. And it makes me feel good that I have all these strangers listening to me. I love strangers. Because this is a need. We need to be more open. And this is what those stickers represent. I put them on my computer. Just buy the stickers, please. I do this all voluntarily. Yeah. I had my first or my second order. Yeah, my second order from the person who was on the podcast last week, Marcus. And he is going to be receiving his shirt shortly. And so I hope to get pictures and I will post everything as an excitement. And obviously I have someone who had my podcast before, Danielle. She also had a shirt. So I love it. I love the support. But let's get into it. So 1, masturbation. When we were kids, we masturbated. You may not have really even known that. You might have been like feeling up on your labia, it feels good. You're maybe, even in class. Okay, and this is females or males. Males sometimes they'll put their hand down their pants and just feel the sensation on their tip with their finger. And I see a lot of men smell their finger. That is normal. Don't think it's gross. I wish some people will do a little bit more discreetly. But you know what? It is what it is. I'm gonna sip of coffee. Hold on. Trying to use a straw so I have whiter teeth because I just went to the dentist today. For men, they'll smell it. It's like it smells good. Females too, when they're rubbing on themselves, they smell it. It's okay to like that smell. It's okay to smell it. It's normal. I just want to take the emphasis off of that. You can smell yourself. That's so fucking normal. Or smelling your underwear for females, especially, super important actually to smell your underwear. When you're in the bathroom, what does it smell like? Is that good? Is it bad? Know yourself so much that you know your own smell. That's some type of shit. Okay. Anyways, when we were younger, our masturbation was more experimental. Okay. For women, for myself, I would experiment with the corner of the chair in class. How is that making me feel? That kind of felt good. Or I would pick out a wedgie, but I'd purposely pick too deep. You know what I mean? And I would feel it. What does that feel like? I would experiment with stuffed animals and blankets and I would hump them. This is all normal, guys. I'm coming right out and telling you straight up. That was my form of masturbation when I was younger. It's actually, some of it still is. You know what I mean? It's completely normal to experiment even as you're older. But as a kid, we would use our stuffed animals. How does rubbing on our vulva feel with our bear, And there was such a sense of embarrassment when we were younger because we didn't know that was okay. It was so taboo. We were like, oh, this is our private area. We shouldn't be touching it. But it feels good. And so a lot of the times we didn't have a type of like environment to masturbate. And so we would always be sneaking it. And, if I ever have a child, I want to be so open about that at an age when they actually understand it, that like I make sure like to knock on their door, put a lock on their door, maybe even like, talk them through it and just be so comfortable about it. My mom has always been comfortable about it. Um, my mom has seen me do it before on accident because I didn't lock my door, but she was like, listen, I did that as a kid too, just be a little bit more, private about it a little bit, I'll give you your space. And now I feel comfortable to do what I gotta do. And people may feel weird if you're still living in your parents' house to masturbate. My mom, she wants me to be pleasured. She wants me to be happy, open with my body. I'm lucky. Some of us aren't given that opportunity. So, you know what? Just find your platform or find your environment. Like I'm finding on my platform, I found my comfortability. I like this. I like that. Really, just talk to people that you care about this. But anyways, back to that. When you were a kid, masturbation had a sense of embarrassment to it. But pleasure is to learn you. If you're having sex with somebody, okay, and you're not feeling pleasured, do you know how to pleasure you? Do you know what you like? Do you know what you want? If the answer is no or kinda, don't expect them to know because they're not a mind reader. None of us are, male or female. None of us. Okay. And a lot of the times people are like, I don't enjoy like his head, like it's or her head, like it's awful. Would you enjoy it? Do you know how to pleasure yourself with your own mouth? Exactly. So just explore, and that is the important of masturbation. So let's get into the nitty gritty. I'm getting off a topic here. Health benefits of masturbation. A lot of the times people are like, over masturbation is a bad idea. It's only a problem when it becomes a problem. Remember that. Are you late to work because you have to masturbate? No, you masturbating before having to leave for work, that's fine. Whatever, like you want a sense of release. I get that. But like, is it a constant thing? Is it causing sexual dysfunction? It's only a problem when it becomes a problem. But there's so many health benefits, like, you know, it helps you sleep. For example, when I was younger and I would, experiment with stuffed animals and blankets, I actually got like a sense of like tiredness. So I would do it before bed because it would almost like that last like umph of feeling. I would like get tired and I would do it over and over again to get more tired. So this is something in my adulthood I still do. I still need that sense of like, it just relaxes me. It really is. It releases oxytocin, the cuddle hormone. Okay. And you want to cuddle up and go to sleep. First thing positive about this, also, obviously, is sexploration. Guys, you're exploring your body. That alone is 100% you time. That is 100%, you know, boosting your pleasure, confidence in pleasure. Increased confidence is being you 100% of the time. You are If you're you outside of the bedroom too, and your personality is your personality, you should be able to be open sexually as well with yourself, in yourself, by yourself. Take out, using sex toys in partnership. This is you being you, comfortable in you. You should not feel embarrassed to explore you. Secondly, I call this better than a stress ball. Okay. Masturbation is better than a stress ball. You fucking pissed? Stick that shit in there. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, oxytocin, the cuddle hormone, okay, is released. The more the merrier. The more the merrier. You are angry, that cortisol level, get that down, masturbation. That is a great form of taking your anger in a positive place, okay? Yeah. You don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself. But this increases blood flow to the body. And as you're exploring yourself, the oxytocin is being released and, the stress is being relieved. I talk about, it helping with sleep, stuff like that. Period sexturbation. That's another positive thing. When you masturbate, for females, on your period, okay, you are helping with cramps, helping with bloating, and possibly shortening your period. Not forever, but in that moment, your body is still people a lot of times like, no, I will never have sex in my period. This is the perfect time. For me, I'm so spiritual. I feel like, even if you have sex on your period, like that's giving that person so much of you. Like our blood is filled with, I feel like, magical powers. Like I really do feel like it's magical. And you are giving them such a sense of you. So you masturbating on your period it's messy. It's 100% you opening up that vaginal flora. But again, cleaning is super important in this. Place down a towel before you do that. Really wash your sex toys once, twice, even 3 times. Your hands, your nails. It's going to be messy, but sex is sticky and messy. That's what it is for. You like the sticky, messy, whatever like that. But just be a little bit more careful on your period. Even for men's periods. Like I talk about being angry. When you're angry, jack off that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, again, don't make it become a problem where every time you get angry, you have to fucking jack off. So when you're fighting with your, significant other, you gotta, I gotta jack off real quick. Don't make it like that. Don't make it like that, but make sexploration and better than a stress ball, all that. Make that your time. Make that your time to decompress. You had a long day at work, decompress. Especially in the shaft of the penis when you are masturbating, it is increasing that blood flow and it's just giving that sense of relaxation throughout the entire body. Massage your balls, that feel good hormone, that oxytocin, the dopamine that's being released, will help you out. Obviously, I talked about the benefits of sleep. You're tired after sex, endorphins are released. Point made. You get tired after masturbation, and a lot of the times people need to masturbate before they go to bed. I've seen it, and it's okay. But if you are like living with your partner, living with your partner or something like that, don't feel weird or feel like, they could just have sex with you. Also, don't make your partner be like, oh, I gotta fuck before I go to bed. No, be like, oh, you need to masturbate? Okay, I'm gonna go in the room. I'm gonna close the door. I'm gonna watch some TikTok, some YouTube or whatever. Come in when you're done. I love you. Something like that. Let them do you. Especially in my circumstance, like I'm so understanding. I'm so understanding of this. I just never want to see it become a problem or become into like a sexual dysfunction. So I make sure they're doing it the right way. I make sure they're using the right lube. I make sure they're cleaning themselves properly. I'm just here to educate you and help you do you. So I'm super open about that. Talk to your partner about masturbation. Just do it. Also, for you females out there, masturbation is pelvic floor therapy. Ever heard of it? Are you having problems in your cramping? Or you feel like the dildo just doesn't go in? It's like your mind is like not opening your vagina? That's a thing. Pelvic floor therapy. Pelvic floor therapist will tell you to masturbate more often if you are having some type of female sexual dysfunction. There's this toy, okay? I'm going to link it down below. My mother sent it to me. Ever heard of Flappy Bird? You guys remember Flappy Bird. Well, it looks like it's anal beads, but it's not. It goes inside of your vagina and it is a pelvic floor muscle mover. So basically, Kegels, right? Kegels are amazing for really forming up that tighter pussy. Your vag will just you're taking care, when you have children, you're taking care of those walls. But every time you do a Kegel, it's like a game on your phone. And it's like Flappy Bird. So you do a Kegel, 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 Kegel. You got to keep the bird up, but it's not a bird. It's not a Flappy Bird, but it's something else. But as you Kegel, as you use those muscles in your pelvic floor, the game you could beat your own high score. And I think you can also play with other people so you can compete. So it's like it's amazing, but I'm pretty sure it's expensive. I didn't look more into it, but I will link it down below. I am so interested in trying this out. I am so crazy about my vaginal health and my like just knowing my vagina so well and keeping it healthy as I age. I want to make sure my vagina is as goddess like as everyone says they want it to be. It keeps your sexual organs healthy by masturbating. And usually during menopause is super important because you're getting a reduced estrogen level. And so this pelvic floor therapy and masturbating will really help boost the blood pressure from the narrowing canal. So those are all the awesome and et cetera, health benefits to masturbation. It keeps going and going and going. Masturbation is a very beneficial thing. But let's merge a little bit. I'm so thirsty. Delicious. I love coffee. I don't know what my new addiction with coffee is lately since I've gotten older, but anyways, now we're going to skip to, are you new to masturbation? Some of us are, some of us aren't. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be so transparent with you guys. I did not have my first actually like eye-opening masturbation session until 2 months ago. That's right. 2 months ago. That's it. That's how long it took me to finally get that perfect, get it. And because I actually put in the work, I did the research, I learned my body and stuff like that. So what I started to do is accepted my own fantasies. That's your first step. What is your fantasy? By the way, let's side note real quick. My girl that I just met recommended a book to me. This is called The Ritual. Do you have a fucked up type of mentality? Bitch, this is like read in like 2 seconds. Like I read all this so quickly. It is amazing. It is a kink of being owned by your partner sexually. And it's basically it's consented, unconsentful sex. I like it. I learned my own kink through this book. I fucking love it. So, sexploration is also, reading up on your vagina and kinks and other people's kinks and stuff like that. It's so much more than that. I'm not going to spoil that book, but I will link it down below. I'm telling you, read that book. I know the length of that book is kind of like, oh my god. Nope, you won't want to put it down. Can't wait. Cannot wait to finish that book. I'm going to read more of it later. I love this book. Love this book. Anyways, accept your fantasies. They are yours. They are your fantasies. I don't care what it is, whether you are a cuck, whether you like to, have domination, submissive. First, accept those in your own head, read up on them, explore them. Secondly, realize that your largest sexual organ is what? Your brain. In school, I learned so much about the brain, so much about the inner works of it, but it's your biggest sexual organ. If you are not orgasming, it's the connection between your brain and your sexual dysfunction is usually the connection between the two. Between your brain or penis. Sexual dysfunction for in males, brain to penis. You are having trouble like really getting that connection to, you could almost be in an orgasm, but your brain thinks about something else and boom, you pop out of it. So realize that your brain, you got to massage your brain a little bit, and that's accepting your fantasies. That's whether it be sitting there. What I do is I am so insane. I explore my vagina with a mirror. I have a specific mirror that I sit there and I will touch my labia, the whole vulva, inner lips. I will bring it open. I will open my vagina. I want to look in there. I look at my thighs. I look around my butthole. I look in my butthole, like open up the butt crack and really explore it. That's for health reasons as well. If how's ingrown hair looking down there? Do I need to do this? I need to do that. I really pay attention to my vagina. And that's the first step you should be doing. Second step, accept your fantasies. And secondly, get a mirror. Really look at your dick too from a different point of view, right? You got the in front of you. Look at your balls. Look at your butt. How do your balls fit? Is one bigger than the other? How does this feel when you're touching it? So you can tell your partner, I like my balls touched like this. And you did it in a mirror so you really know where to show her where to get, because some of it you can't really see. Especially females, like, it's really hard. You can't see shit. We don't got a dangling thing hanging there, so we got to really use a mirror. And inspect your vag and take pictures. I know, weird. Put it in your hidden folder, whatever. Take pictures of your vagina and analyze it. Really look at that picture. Be like, this is where this is. Oh, like, wow, I didn't know that like that I had a birthmark there, or oh, that ingrown hair, I should really take care of that, you know. Excuse me. That is really stimulating your brain. Okay. Oh, oh, I'm learning. Oh, 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 like you feel like, oh, I know my vagina so fucking well. I could describe it to you. I could describe that. I have a birthmark on the left side of my labia majora, and I also have an ingrown hair underneath my butt cheek. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to learn it that much just before you even insert any dildos, use any vibrator, explore you. Pants on and all too. Just feel what feels good. A lot of the times people are like, I can't have a clitoral orgasm or I can't have a G spot orgasm. Your G spot's like 2 to 3 inches up. I think, no, it's 5 to 7. Again, this is education. 5 to 7. I think, no, it's 2 to 3 inches. Yeah, it's 2 to 3 inches up. Yeah, it's 2 to 3 inches up there. So like you open it and you can kind of like see that walnut looking thing. You can really feel it. So that's what I say, like using the mirror, really getting to know your body. But there's also the erogenous zones, the erotic zones that I talk about. There, it's not just vag. When you're touching yourself, your ears are one. Okay. Your neck is one. What else? Your nipples, feeling it over your shirt. Okay. Just anything. What feels good. Now, I don't like nipple play. It actually, like, if you're touching my nipples for too long, I want to slap you, but I don't slap them. Don't be abusive unless you like it like that. Anyways. Oh, God. Anyways, really play with your vagina or your dick and explore the tip. How does this feel? Am I sensitive here? Am I not sensitive here? This, and then merge on to making sure you're lubing up when you really get in there. Okay, when you really start jerking yourself off or fingering yourself. And I would like to make a side note here for all you men out there. You can also massage your own prostate. Okay, whether you're masturbating and you like stick like a little like a finger up there and just like really feel it, that skin in between your anus and your balls, like that little skin is super sensitive. Explore that, especially with a mirror. Watch yourself do it. What does it feel like? Can you explain to your partner how that feels for them to help do it? A lot of guys don't like when their partner is like going near their asshole. That's fine. If you like to do that on your own and when you masturbate, you fuck around with your asshole, because if you get poo poo on your finger and you'll be embarrassed, but you won't be embarrassed by yourself, you do you. You do you, boo thang. You do you. Know what feels good for you. Explore yourself for you. Anyways, make sure you're using lube because friction burn is a real thing. Okay. I just had a circumstance where someone was telling me that they had like friction burn or like a burning sensation on their lip because their partner has a beard and they're rubbing up on it, that good oil, and they're doing it a lot. But that happens, friction burn. They need to make sure they're washing their beard. I bought my man's a specific face wash just to make sure that he's washing his face, to make sure that when he's giving me head before and after, he takes care of his beard, because there's bacteria in there when we're eating and stuff like that. And I want to make sure that I'm keeping my vag healthy. You don't want no BV up in here. Okay? Anyways, again, exploring your vulva, back to females. Where's your G spot? 2 to 3 inches up in your vag. This is like you are preparing yourself for also preparing for them at the same time. If you're like in a partner, like you can't have a G spot. You can't have a G spot orgasm. I'm losing my train of thought here. You can't have a G spot or orgasm, maybe because you don't even know where it is or what it feels like. So feel it for yourself. When they're fingering you, do you feel that? It's actually right here, and move their hand. So this is when you are exploring you, also to help them get to know you. I find this funny when I talk about erogenous zones. I usually go head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. When you're touching yourself, also explore at the same time all those other parts of your body. I was talking about this a couple minutes ago. Good to get back on that topic. Sing that song in your fucking head if you want, or if it creeps you out, don't do that. But remember, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Soft touch yourself. Feel good in yourself. Really, I listen to a podcast called Sex with Emily, and I'm listening to her more often now than not because I have a little bit of time and I was like, music's getting boring a little bit. I want to spice things up. She has I will link it down below, mindfulness masturbation. And she essentially talks about how without any lube, without anything, clothes can be on just to really touch yourself and find out what works. For me, I have a tattoo in a specific area where, and it's amor, it says amor, and it's where if you grab me there, game on. We're fucking. There's no going back. Like my man's, he'll literally rub up on me in the morning or whatever. And I'm like, you can't touch me there. Stop it. Don't touch me there. Stop it. Because I'm like, you're getting me going, bro. Like, you want to go? We could go. So I was tattooed in a specific area. I learned that. I love when they grab my hips and then like right in that like area. Like right in the like, so it's a V. It's like right here. Oh, I don't even know where that. I'm blanking on the. It's your groin. It's like it's up a little bit above your groin, lower abdomen, area, whatever. Whatever. That is my spot that I had learned. Next, keeping on topic here. I wrote down so many things I want to tell you guys. It's like I love talking to you guys. I just like don't want to lose whatever. Nice. Change your scenery up. If you look around, this is my bedroom. I still live in my parents' house right now. It's rough. It's hard. So I'm super duper, and I take the importance in the scenery, the ambiance, if you will. I have behind me, lots of candles. That little sign, my little girl Kenzie made that for me. Love you. I put candles on. A lot of scent. I love scents. Lavender makes me get her going. I have a candle that's love on it. I don't know what the scent is. I love it. I make sure I have soft blankets on, silk sheets, maybe music. For me, the 2 months ago when I had that experience, I had my Beats headphones on, I had candles on, lights around my room were lit up, and I was listening to my own sex playlist that gets me going every time now. I also want to talk about the importance of sex playlists and music while you're masturbating is so important. Really setting that scene for yourself. Just like if like you make yourself you rose petals. Like make yourself feel good. Love yourself like you want to be loved by somebody else. And I found that loving yourself is masturbating. Okay, like love yourself, honey. But back to scenery, change up your scenery. If at my parents' house, like I have they have a bath. Like I clean the bath out. I take baking soda baths, really good for your vaginal health. I can masturbate in the shower. I gotta be quiet. That kind of sucks. But if I have music on in the shower, it's good. When people aren't home, that's nice. When you're in your own house, you can masturbate wherever, whenever, however you want it to be. But change up your scenery, switch it up. Okay, whether it be positions too. I talk about, switch like, doggy style. You can doggy style yourself, whether you have like one of these where it stuck to my hand, sticks to the wall, or you going underneath you and inserting it in or playing with your fingers like from behind, stuff like that. Men too, are you usually standing up or sitting down when you're masturbating? Do you use your left hand or your right hand? Switch it up, change it up so you're not so stuck tunnel visioned in your ways. And just like sex can get boring with a partner, masturbation can too. And masturbation is the best way to really sexplorate your own body. Also, take your time. A lot of the times people really, put so much emphasis on the big O. Oh my God, I got to orgasm. No. How about you take the time to literally just explore you? It could be an hour long, it could be 20 minutes long. I want to check out my vulva today. I want to just feel my penis today. It's super soft. I like that. I want to feel my balls today. Don't make the big O your goal. Take your time with it. Super important. Just really focus on if you're new to masturbation, focus on your pleasure, focus on what feels good, what doesn't, and really get to know yourself. Well, that's what I have to say about that. Next, we're going to talk a little bit more about men's masturbation because again, like I said, I really, really wanted to like focus outside of females as well. Um, there's a lot of the times, this is going to kind of merging into our other topic, but a shame on pocket pussies, especially when you're in a relationship or even outside of it. Like, oh, you got a pocket pussy? Ew. No, don't be saying that. Some females feel insecure because literally a pocket pussy is represent an actual vulva. He's not cheating on you. Masturbation is not cheating. Porn watching to some people is, and that's to each their own, but we're going to get into that a little bit later. But there is no shame in using a pocket pussy or anything like that. And yes, they're modeled after a vulva, but talk to your partner about that and just really be open. I want to use a pocket pussy. Like later on, we'll talk about a specific pocket pussy that could be used during oral, like to really help stimulate. More stimulation, the better. Not always, but sometimes. If you're not exploring for men, if you're not exploring vibrations for yourself, start doing it. Switch it up. Vibrators and stuff like that are not just for females, they're also for men. Okay? Your tip has so many nerve endings in it. You have, oh my God. And that little feeling between or that little piece of skin between your anus and, your balls, that has so many nerve endings in it too. Use a vibrator, say, hey, if you have like a partner that has a vibrator, can I like use this in masturbation? Be like, yeah, just clean it afterwards. Thank you. Whatever. Try it out. And if you're with your partner too, which we'll talk about later, try that out. Um, Also switch up your loops. There's warming loops, okay? And there's also like temperature play that you could do by yourself. Warming lube, a lot of men really, really like that sensation. Switch it up. Switch it up. I think I talked about, switching positions, making sure are you standing or are you sitting? Really massage your prostate, anal play. If you don't like it with somebody else, that's fine. And something that I also want to recommend. A lot of men hate this. I'm telling you, it's going to help your sexual dysfunction if you do have, ED. Like I'm telling you, edging. I don't know if you know what edging is, but I'm going to define it for you. Edging is essentially escalating yourself and then bringing it back down. Escalating it, I'm about to come, bringing it back down. Don't let go. Don't just come right off the first time you want to come. Edge yourself. And this will teach you self-discipline. This will teach you stamina stimulation. And your orgasm will be more intense. Edge yourself, especially if you're having sex too, like, and she's like riding up on you and you're like, oh, that feels so good. Like, I can't push her off a little bit. Be like, I see you. 1 second. Touch her a little bit, and just edge yourself during sex, also during masturbation. And I promise you, chef's kiss. I edge myself too sometimes. Oh, nope. I took the vibrator right away. Nope. And I put it back. Oh, it's amazing. And that is why when I was masturbating 2 months ago, I started doing it. That's why it felt so good. That's why. Next, we're going to talk about sex toys. Staying on topic here. Okay. So, there are certain sex toys that are built with an anatomy for you. First, we're going to talk about sex toys for men. This is all on what is it? It's GQ website. It's actually for buying sex toys, but they write there's like reviews, pros and cons on there. I'm gonna share that with you. It helps sell the sex toys, but for men's toys specifically, I was like, okay, let me do some research on here. There is obviously we talk about fleshlights, but there's a fleshlight quick shot. The fleshlight quick shot is essentially it's clear and it is open-ended. That is why I talk about how you can use that when your partner is giving you oral sex. It is meant to lie on the shaft. Okay, and it is a textured interior. Like I said, it's open-ended, and you can combine this with oral sex. You can rub it on, like you or your partner can rub it on your shaft while they suck your tip. You could take it off, put it back on. Anything like that, it really helps with. But the con of that is that in the textured interior and the exterior, it's not long lasting. And it is pretty an expensive toy. So that's something to think about when you're buying that. Then there is something called the hot octopus. And I saw this and I was like, oh my God, yes. You want to know why? because it is a vibrational toy built for men. I love that. Built for the penis. I love it. It makes me so excited that like this type of stuff exists, but it's not talked about enough. Like for females, like, oh yeah, you use a vibrator. Like men have vibrators too. Men should. I love it. So basically, this thing, I'm gonna link all of these down below. I don't have them in my hands, obviously. Um, but it's a flat surface with like two little like arms like that, like it's hugging your penis. Okay, like two little hugs, and it's meant to either you can push it up and down. It's like open on the front, like up and down your shaft, or you can hold it there on your tip, and it stimulates the frenulum, which is that skin between the tip of your penis if you're uncircumcised or circumcised, whether it may be, that skin between your tip and your shaft. Um, it works even when you're flaccid, which is awesome, and it is waterproof, but it's really not easy to incorporate in partner play. That's the only con. The only con. So those are 2 sex toys. There's so many more, but again, like, gotta keep your attention span here. Now we move to woman. Everyone knows the magic wand. I had to say it. The magic wand is seen in porn. Everyone knows what that is. It's like that big, looks like a microphone. That big, and there's minis, there's medium, small, medium, large, whatever it may be. Obviously, the con, it's not waterproof because sometimes there's plug or no plug, but it's not waterproof. And it's really big. You can't really store it that easily, but it can be used while it's being charged. That's exciting because there's nothing more disappointing when you're about to go masturbate and you turn the whole ambiance on and you go to turn on, it's fucking dead. That's a way of edging. So you can use it. Also, you will have multiple orgasms using this thing. I want to buy one. I have not bought one yet. It's on my list. This is just from users' opinions on it as well. But it's loud. It's really loud. Different like things, and especially my circumstance when I'm living in my parents' house, that's not cool. I need quiet. I need quiet. Next, the womanizer. My girl, same girl who recommended this book to me, told me about this toy, and she explained it to me, and it's similar to the rose toy, that sucking motion. But this specific toy, very expensive, like over $200 expensive unless you get it on sale somewhere. It makes it feel like it's real life oral, where it's called autopilot mode, and it just the motions and the rhythmic patterns that it has, it really makes feel like it's real oral. But it is not a one size fits all. So sometimes people have more of a smaller or bigger clit. So sometimes it won't work for you, but it is all trial and error. That's why I tell you it's all trial and error. Everything. Next and lastly, sex or masturbation with your partner is so important, guys. It is so important. So it's kind of like a little game, you know? It's kind of like what wanting to watch your partner pleasure themselves is like you are learning what they like. So now when you're with them sexually, you can learn like, oh, let me try that. What do you like when you're not like in the male watching the female, whatever it may be, male and male, female and female, watching each other pleasure themselves. There's just so much goodness in that. It increases intimacy, it increases confidence and pleasure. You're exploring your partner. And an idea that Sex with Emily, the podcast, had was having one day for your one partner and another day for your other. So whether it be if it's a female male partnership, hey, I want to eat you out and pleasure and learn your pussy all day. I want to take pictures of it. I want to, like, with my mind, I want to feel you up, maybe try some anal play. I want to check out your erogenous zones. I want to learn you. And then the next week or following day, the woman's like, well, my turn to learn you now. I want to do some anal play with you. I want to check out your erogenous zones. I want to pleasure you all day. I want to give you oral all day. I want to try different sexual positions that work for you or work for me. Really take that time to learn them. So when you are having sex, yeah, it's great. Just take the time to learn each other. And I just love that. Also, with sex toys that can be used in the bedroom, a lot of the times people are like, it's a little bit of take on their pride, like in their confidence. Like, no, you can't bring sex toys into the bedroom. No, absolutely bring sex toys into the bedroom. It's all about sexploration, all about trying new things, and I love when people try new things. I love hearing about it. I love hearing like, "Oh, I heard this on your podcast, like, I tried this out, it's, like, it worked really, really well, but I have a question about this." I'm always here to answer those questions. I also wanna talk about the big watching porn. The other day, my mans was drunk, and I was like, "Let me watch some of your porn." So we watched some of his porn. First of all, I fucking loved it. I'm not a big porn watcher, honestly. I use my imagination. I can masturbate just using my imagination, which again is so good for mindfulness masturbation. But I was like, "Oh, so this is what you're into. This is what you like watching. Like, okay, I could do this for you. I could do this for you." I'm not gonna sit out and say what it was, but some people are like, "Oh my god, like you watched porn with him? Like that's like what are you doing?" For a while I had a bad emphasis on porn. But I talked it out with like, people and got their opinions on it. And I feel a lot better about it now as long as it doesn't become an issue, right? I loved this. We didn't even have sex. We didn't even have sex. We just watched porn together, laughed together, we're like getting turned on together. It was such a intimacy building thing. I really recommend to do it. Or even watching your own porno together. Like, I don't make pornos. I'm not a porn star. But I'm saying like when we're together, like we take our own videos. You know what I'm saying? Like we take content of our own. So he will masturbate to me, over porn. And it'll be like lengthy videos, short videos. I perform. I don't know about y'all, but when the camera's there, I'm performing, or when the camera's there, I'm also performing. I love music. Oh, the importance of music. I'm telling you the importance of music, man. Well, whatever. Anyways, watching porn with your partner, I super recommend it. Recommend it. Showing your partner what you like. It's all about sexploration. So I know that was a fucking mouthful, but I got to all the points that I wanted to get to. Masturbation can be super scary, and I get that. I really really get that. I thought that I didn't have any type of clitoral stimulation. I hated it, but that lipstick toy that I reviewed a couple of podcast episodes ago, that was the winner for me. I finally found something. I mixed that with a real life dildo, and that made me feel good. I fucking loved it. I loved it. But it took me a while. So really take the time to explore your body. Whether it be today, go buy that mirror just to explore. When you're in the shower, explore yourself. What feels good, what doesn't. Do you like vibration? Do you not? Everybody is different, and explore yourself for you. I love you all, and remember to always what? Communicate. I love you guys. See you next time.